Yo, everyday superpower signing in. Place where you learn about body language, relationships, human dynamics, game, everything in between. Two links in the description of this video. One of them will take you to my catalogue of body language where you will learn how to read people just by observing their subconscious behaviors. Second to that, the link to the Patreon where you'll be able to join me in watching real life first dates where we can assess attraction and repulsion cues. You'll internalize that and you'll never forget that game for the rest of your life. Now, topic of today. Climb the tiers as far as the women you find beautiful, okay? If you're not necessarily the most successful person with women, don't do what a lot of men do and delude yourself into thinking you could possibly jump head first into attaining the most beautiful or the most fantastic, aesthetically speaking, woman, because they're reserved for people who are like them, men who can provide more, if not the equivalent, the degree of how beautiful they are, right? Or quite simply men with the genetic prowess as to which aligns more so than how beautiful they are as women. If you don't have that, then let's learn some game. You can always run a little bit of game and hope for the best, but you need experience first, because as each tier progresses and you establish a foundation, let's say for example, oh, I want a 9, I want a 10, I want an 8, I'd be happy with a 7, but the women you deem in them spaces aren't necessarily giving you attention, then you need to start establishing a foundation of girls you can rely on, and more than likely girls who match your space, your biological breeding environment, okay? Men think they're more than they are, alright? I see this each and every day. It's rare that men are typically good with good-looking women. It's rare that men naturally have a gift. It's rare that men learn a gift by educating themselves on how to do so, because half of this game is about who you are, what you've got, who you know and how you're perceived, as opposed to quite simply spitting game at a girl and hoping for the best. If you don't align with her beauty in a fashion as to which biologically makes sense with you as the masculine, if you don't fit together as the jigsaw of man and woman in a biological sense, then quite simply what you say to her might not be enough, generally might not be enough, okay? So align yourself with a foundation of women you are interested in. Don't get me wrong, not like unattractive women to you, but be honest, be realistic, and speak to more women, full stop. Because some men have such high standards that they never get laid, first and foremost. They never have success with women. Never, ever, ever have success with women, ever. So they just remain celibate for the sake of having these high standards, which people say, oh, you got to have high standards, man. Not necessarily if you're delusional in regards to your own self-worth. Don't be ashamed in liking who you like. You don't have to abide by traditional, societally forced norms, okay? Fed to you by the television programs and the movies and the advertisements. We all have our own upbringing as to where we have developed our own tastes and identity and find comfort and attraction in the other sex in a separate way to your peers, right? Each and every person has got a thing, right? So start to speak to girls who you are interested in, but might not necessarily fulfill the criteria you are looking for 100%, you know, not necessarily a wife material. But start talking, start engaging, start asking questions, start being flirtatious, start finding comfort and confidence and competence in the realm of engaging with women on a general basis, right? Because that's half of the battle, being able to speak to women. Now, as you climb the ladder, so to speak, as far as the women you are engaging with, there will come a different means of how you have to engage and interact with these women because they're used to different things, right? But if you establish a foundation of sixes, right? And I hate to categorize women as numbers, but this is, an easy way to metaphorically put it forward. If you establish a foundation and comfort and a party, so to speak, of women who are interested in you and interested in engaging with you and communicating with you through whichever means, the physical, the verbal, whatever, the mental, whatever, build your foundation. Okay, cool, I've got these girls I can fall on. I've engaged myself. Then how much different is speaking to a 6.5 going to be? You see where I'm coming from? And then you start to feel more comfortable and start speaking more fluently, and you start to find the pattern within your engagement with these women and what they're into and what they might not be into. You might turn some off, you might turn some on, and you'll start to recognize the patterns within the characters and the niches and the pockets of these girls. And as you are slowly and surely establishing competence with women, you become more attractive to women because you become less threatening to women, because you know how to correctly engage with women. You know how to give a woman what she wants. How sexy is that? And then when you have established the foundation of 6.5s, you move on to the 7s, and there you go. You're now speaking to more beautiful women in a way as to which you didn't leap from 6 to 7 because you built a bridge into the 7s. And have you seen where I'm coming from? That's not to say I want you to have low standards. That's me saying you don't have to just start trying to blag supermodels, alright? It's not going to work like that. It's really not going to work like that. You have no experience with women, and what's more repulsive than a man who has got no experience with women trying to engage with a woman when she knows clearly that this man has had no experience? It's a turn off. You got no experience because women haven't wanted you, and women won't want you when you consistently try to pursue the upper echelon of beauty when you yourself don't have that value, man. It's a reality check. I'm not carved of stone myself. I'm not perfect. I've got a lot to learn. I've got experience to be had. And I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun along the way as I continue to speak, engage, and create memories with beautiful women. And I'm not going to be able to bag the same degree of woman that the aristocracy is going to be able to. Because you best believe, as far as the height of beauty, they may very well be getting pursued by men of value, high, incredible value, that you would only dream of possessing. What do you have to offer? What do you have to offer? And then you can separate the two. Well, I'm genetically gifted. I might not necessarily have the provisions of the father, but as far as the genetic gift, I do have that. Okay, cool, let's highlight that. Let's emphasize on that. I think in this particular realm, as far as climbing the ladder is concerned, the square provider role, someone corrected me on one of my videos and I appreciated that. I put in the thumbnail something in regards to it's okay being a beta male, and it was in regards to the two types of male. You got your alpha, genetically gifted, genetic good offspring parent, and you've got the beta provider, which essentially is the good father role, good position in life, dependable, trustworthy. But someone corrected me and says that's not necessarily a beta male. That's just a square, not pimping. Just a square, lives a nice, comfortable lifestyle, is respectable. And I think the respectable square has got more room to maneuver and climb the ladder as opposed to somebody who just relies on their genetic advantage over others. Because I think there comes a point when you succeed in the provisioning role, when you succeed in your entrepreneurial efforts, your career, and other realms. It does not matter if you're 5'2". It does not matter if you got one arm. It does not matter if, you've not necessarily been given a great advantage off of the starting gun, because you've taken the time and effort to get where you are now, and now you've surpassed the God-given gift of others just through your hard work. They say, what? Hard work beats whatever the heck it beats. You know what I was going to say is going to be completely incorrect because there's no talent involved to being a genetic gift, but here we are. I digress. I go on a tangent. Climb the ladder, be self-assured, assess who you actually match with, whether that be indicators of interest in your real life or through dating apps who are strategically placing you with people who are like you. Hinge algorithm does that, alright? Don't be disrespected by it, just give it a little bit of food for thought. Understand it. The world is your mirror. You can't look in the mirror and tell yourself who you are. The world tells you who you are. You just need to leave your body, leave your ego, stop being so self-absorbed and narcissistic, have a bit of empathy and look into those who are looking into you or reacting to you. And then we can improve ourselves and move onwards and forwards. On that note, I'm signing out. Peace.